Hey guys, welcome to New Music Wednesday. I didn't really post anything yesterday, mainly because there was nothing that came out yesterday that really interested me. Les Miserables album or soundtrack comes out on Friday, and T.I.'s album came out yesterday, but he hasn't been relevant for me since like Paper Trail, which is what, 2006? I am so lying. I don't know when his album last came out, but it's been a while, so T.I. needs to just go somewhere. So didn't really feel the need to talk about anything until late last night. It just dawned upon me I can talk about somebody that I just recently discovered this past weekend during VH1's Divas show or special. But before I do that, you're gonna hear my heater going in the background because it is freezing right now. It is like 30 something degrees right now. It's supposed to snow tonight, which I'm not looking forward to at all. But I did get my car all prepped up for snow and got it all winterized and everything, so that is fine. But I don't feel like driving in the snow. I'm not mentally prepared for that mess. But okay, that's neither here nor there. Before I get into who I want to talk about, I just want to give a big shout out to Bruno Mars for his beautiful performance on The Voice last night. He sang my favorite song from his new album called If I Was Your Man. Beautiful, like so emotion filled. It was just gorgeous. But of course you have Christina Aguilera sitting there on her throne just not even giving him his props. So I'm kind of mad at her for that. So shame on you, Christina. And what was that hair that you had on your head? I don't bash artists. I try not to, or I need to have a legitimate reason for bashing them, and that's not it, so I'm gonna stop. And then shout out to Alicia Keys for her dual performances, one on The View and one on David Letterman. Probably, I don't know if The View was on Monday and Letterman was on Tuesday, or if both were on Tuesday. But she performed Brand New Me. Beautifully done. Beautifully. Like, she was spot on. Alicia has always had a gritty sound to her, so that's not my issue with her. She's just, as years progress, she's just been rough around the edges, and that roughness is just showing through in the wrong places. But these past two performances have been spot on, and that is the Alicia Keys that I expect to hear from all the time. That is what I expect her to do every single live performance. She hit the notes. Like, she would climb and she would get to that top and I'd be afraid for her, and then she would nail it. So hats off to her and Bruno for giving stellar performances. The artist that I want to talk about today, she was introduced to me this past Sunday at the VH1 Divas 2012 show, and her name is Paloma Faith. She is new to me, you guys. I did not even know who she was. How have I not heard of her, you guys? How have I not known who she was? She has been out on the music scene since 2009 or 7, something like that. She's been signed to L.A. Reid's label Epic Records for a few years now, and she's released 2 albums. She just released her second one earlier this year, I think in May. How have I not known who she was? She performed on VH1 the Divas special, and that's how I finally figured out who she was, or heard her. That's how I officially heard her. I had heard her name thrown around, but if you're not like thrown in my face, then I'm not gonna know who you are, because I'm not digging. You need to be up on mainstream media in my face so I can know who you are. But she has such a unique sound. She reminds me a lot of Amy Winehouse. Not in the sound of her vocals, but in the type of music that she sings. So if you really enjoyed Amy Winehouse's sound, rest in peace, girl, then I think you'll really like Paloma Faith. I listened to both of her albums yesterday and today, and I loved them. And so I'm kind of wondering why she never popped up on my radar before. She is a beautiful songwriter. She writes all of her songs, or at least co-writes them. And you guys know how I feel about singer-songwriters. Love them. Mad respect for having that much investment and that much stock in your product. And you get more money, if you know what I'm saying. But yeah, I heard of her name, but then I never heard anything from her. And so having her on VH1 Divas was excellent exposure for her, at least in my opinion, because it worked. It got my attention. She has 2 albums out. Her first album came out in 2009 called Do You Want the Truth or Something Bad? and or Something Beautiful, I'm sorry. And it's awesome. A couple of my favorite songs, or my standout songs on this album, are Stone Cold Sober, which was her first single, I believe, and that's track number 1 on the album. Then I love Smoke and Mirrors, Do You Want the Truth or Something Beautiful, and Upside Down. Love those songs. I like the whole album, but those are my favorites. And then moving on to her second album, which is called Fall to Grace. That is what it's called. And that was released in May. And some of my favorite songs on that album, You Will Hear My Cats. They get so chatty when I start filming. She has my favorite songs on that album: Picking Up the Pieces, Just Be, Black and Blue, Let Me Down Easy, Beauty of the End. Beauty of the End is my favorite Paloma Faith song at this point, listening to both of her records. Beauty of the End, that song is about just being in a relationship and just it's not working out, and you know it's ending, and you know the ending is coming. There was a line that a verse that she had, or a lyric that she had in the song, that says, "Falling never hurts, but landing does." And I don't know why, but that just really resonated with me. So I went and looked up the lyrics and just took it line by line and just broke it down for myself. She says things like, "I miss you in the mornings, been up all night, delicately whisper I'll be all right. Maybe someone else will bring a passion out of you that I never saw. I am torn and raw." And then she says, "So I write this letter that I'll never send, just so I remember the beauty of the end. And I write this letter to my long lost friend, so it stays with me forever, the beauty of the end. Falling never hurts, but landing does." Like, I love it. I love it. And that song is what got me hooked on Paloma Faith. That song is the reason why I will be following her from this point out. And you can move me with words like that when you are an excellent lyricist, as well as a great vocalist. You got me so hard. Like, I really appreciate her effort into this. So that's what this video is about. If you haven't checked out Paloma Faith, go ahead and check her out. She's really, really great. Leave a comment down below letting me know whether or not you checked her out before, or if I'm just really late on my game. Like, I don't even know what's going on, why I wouldn't have heard from her. I don't know if I have alfalfa hair right now. I have this clip in my hair to prevent the alfalfa hair, so sorry about it. I'm not looking all put together and everything. I have skin issues right now. I don't know what happens when the cold weather hits. My naturally oily face just decides to not produce any oil, so I'm looking all kinds of ashy, in my opinion. But yeah, that's neither here nor there. That's not about music, so you don't care. So yeah, that's really all I have to say. Next week, since next Tuesday is Christmas, I will not be uploading a video. It will be the following Wednesday, on the 26th. And I will let you guys know that's a special edition of New Music Tuesday / Wednesday. So look forward to that. I will see you guys soon. Bye. Hope you guys have a Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, Happy Ramadan. Is Ramadan? Happy Ramadan? Whatever. Happy Holidays. I'll see you guys soon.